Now let's take a look at the Durbin Amendment and how it affected the industry. The intent of the amendment was to protect the merchant and the consumer. This was created by Richard Durbin of Illinois. It's an amendment to the Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act. The amendment is aimed at controlling debit card costs within interchange. This went into effect on October 1st of 2011. The rate went to 5 basis points and 21 cents per transaction, plus an additional penny if you were a large enough bank that could put certain security measures into place. 70% of all the debit cards out there fall into this category that are issued by these major banks. Now, if you're a merchant with an average ticket of over $12, you're going to see pretty significant savings. Looking at the pre and post Durbin situation, so an average ticket of $25, and we look at a single transaction, the previous rate was 0.95% and 20 cents per transaction. So multiply that out and you have a total of 44 cents. It represents 1.7% of the transaction going into interchange costs. Post Durbin, now you have 5 basis point and 22 cents per transaction, and if you multiply that out, you have 23 cents for the total cost. So we dropped from 1.75 to 0.93% after the Durbin Amendment. The average merchant processes about 500 transactions a month. So let's just take half of that and multiply it by the 21 cents difference from pre-Durbin to post-Durbin, and we have a savings of $52 a month. Now, in order for the merchant to get these savings, they must be on Interchange Plus. We have seen earlier that tier pricing, these debit transactions would fall into the qualified bucket or even the fourth tier bucket, which was still a very high markup. This is why the industry has shifted over to Interchange Plus. The rate reduction was intended to save money for the merchants, who would then pass the savings on to the consumer. One problem that the Durbin Amendment caused is that if you are a small ticket merchant under $12 per transaction, that's about the even point from the old pricing to the new Durbin Amendment pricing. You will now pay significantly more, as much as 1% or higher. So let's take a look at a $7 average transaction. So in the pre-Durbin situation, you had what was called a small ticket discount rate. Anything under $15 would go through as 1.55% and 4 cents per transaction. So at $7, 15 cents would go towards interchange, or 2.12%. Post-Durbin would be 22 cents and 3.19%, so it's more than 1% higher than what it was pre-Durbin. It might not seem like a lot, but if we look at 1,000 transactions, which is common for a coffee shop or a fast food restaurant, maybe even on the low end, they might be doing several thousand transactions a month. But just at 1,000, you're looking at a $75 saving from the pre-Durbin situation to post-Durbin, so pretty significant difference. This has led to litigations allowing merchants to surcharge certain transactions. This went into effect as of January of 2013, and also allowed the merchant to reject the use of credit cards up to $15. Many merchants has done this anyways in the past, even though it was against the rules of Visa and MasterCard, but now they are allowed to do so if they choose.